Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Basic English Grammar course with me, Agnesia Friska Rivalni. I am an English department lecturer of Jakarta International University in Indonesia. Now, let us continue with the next lesson. This time, we are going to talk about modal verbs. What are the modal verbs in English and how do you use them? Pada pembahasan kali ini kita akan berbicara tentang modal verbs dalam bahasa Inggris. Apa-apa saja modal verbs yang ada dan bagaimana cara menggunakannya di dalam kalimat. So, what are modal verbs? Modal verbs are very common in English. They are used to talk about a variety of things, particularly possibilities, obligations, and deductions. Jadi modal verb sangat-sangat umum digunakan di dalam bahasa Inggris untuk berbicara tentang kemungkinan-kemungkinan, untuk kewajiban, ya, untuk tugas yang seharusnya dilakukan, yang wajib dilakukan, yang bisa dilakukan. Oke. Ada beberapa modal verbs. Yang pertama, the first one is can. We use can to say that something is possible or allowed, or that somebody has the ability to do something. Kita menggunakan can, modal verb ini digunakan untuk menyatakan kebisaan ya atau sesuatu yang mungkin untuk bisa dilakukan. Dalam bahasa Indonesia kita menyebutkannya bisa atau dapat. The formulation we use can plus base form. Selalu diikuti dengan kata kerja bentuk pertama. For example, can do, can see, can play, can use, can speak, can come, and so on. I have some example sentences. The first one, we can see the ocean from our hotel window. Kita bisa melihat laut dari jendela hotel kita. The next one, I don't have a pen. Oh, you can use mine. Kamu bisa menggunakan, kamu bisa memakai punya saya. Next example, can you speak any foreign languages? Apakah kamu bisa berbahasa asing, ya, bisa berbicara dalam bahasa asing? The next one, I can come and help you tomorrow if you want. Saya bisa datang dan membantu jika kamu mau. And then the last one, the word dream can be a noun or a verb. Bisa menjadi, bisa berfungsi, ya. Jadi kata dream dalam bahasa Inggris bisa sebagai kata benda ataupun kata kerja. Alright, so the negative is can't or cannot. So can't dengan apostrofi t atau cannot tanpa spasi, without space. For example, I'm afraid I can't come to your party on Friday. Saya tidak bisa hadir atau tidak bisa datang. Ya, kita menggunakan not or apostrophe. Selanjutnya kita melihat pengertian lain dari can. Kita bisa menggunakan be able to, ya, dalam format yang sedikit berbeda. Jadi ada be, kemudian diikuti kata able to. Can versus be able to. You can say that somebody is or are able to do something, but can is more common. Jadi bisa menggunakan be able to, tetapi penggunaan can memang lebih umum, lebih sering dipakai. Contohnya, we are able to see the ocean from our hotel window. Dengan pengertian yang sama yang kita gunakan tadi, we can see, sekarang menjadi we are able to see. Ya, di sini sama saja pengertiannya, tetapi can itu lebih common, lebih sering digunakan. But can has only two forms. Ada dua bentuk dari can, hanya ada dua. Yang pertama can untuk present, and could untuk past time. So can for present and could for past time. So sometimes it is necessary to use be able to. Ya, mari kita membandingkan. Ya, I can say I can't sleep, or you may also say I haven't been able to sleep recently. The next example, Tom can come tomorrow, or you can also say Tom might be able to come tomorrow. Ya, di sini kita menggunakan modal verbs yang lain ya, dan itu bisa. Dan selanjutnya, Maria can speak French, Spanish, and English. Or applicants for the job must be able to speak 2 foreign languages. Ya, kita bisa melihat bahwa be able to itu lebih variatif bentuknya daripada can. Oke. Demikian penjelasan tentang can. Selanjutnya, next one, we are going to talk about modal verb could. Sometimes, could is the past of can. Jadi, could itu biasanya adalah bentuk lampau dari can. We use could especially with, ada beberapa kata kerja yang sering digunakan setelah kata could. Yang pertama see, then hear, smell, taste, feel, remember, and understand. For example, we had a nice room in the hotel. We could see the ocean. As soon as I walked into the room, I could smell gas. The last one, she spoke in a very soft voice, so I couldn't understand what she said. 3 kalimat ini ditulis dalam bentuk lampau ya. These 3 sentences are in the past tense. Jadi penggunaan could yang pertama di sini adalah sebagai bentuk lampau dari kata can. Jadi kita menggunakan could see, could smell, couldn't understand. We also use could to say that somebody had the general ability or permission to do something. Untuk menyatakan, penggunaan yang selanjutnya adalah untuk menyatakan tentang ability seseorang ya, okay, atau permission to do something. For example, my grandfather could speak 5 languages. Kemampuan dari kakek saya ya, ability. So kakek saya bisa berbicara di dalam 5 bahasa. The next one, we were totally free. We could do what we wanted. Kita bisa melakukan apa saja. Now we will compare the word could with was able to, be able to, dan be-nya itu di dalam past tense. Oke, seperti yang sebelumnya, can dan is or are able to, sekarang could dan was or were able to. So we use could for general ability. But if you want to say that somebody did something in a specific situation, use was or were able to or managed to. Jadi ada tambahan lagi satu yaitu managed to, selain was able to or were able to. For example, the fire spread through the building very quickly, but fortunately everybody was able to escape, or we can say managed to escape. The next one, we didn't know where David was, but we managed to find, or we can say we were able to find him in the end. Yes, we will compare could and was able to or managed to. The first one, Jack was an excellent tennis player when he was younger. He could beat anybody. So we talk about the general ability of Jack to beat anybody. Jadi memang dia selalu menang karena dia adalah pemain tenis yang hebat. Selanjutnya, the next example, Jack and Ted played tennis yesterday. Ted played very well, but Jack managed to or was able to beat him. So this time we talk about we don't talk about Jack general ability. Bukan tentang kemampuan Jack yang selalu menang, tetapi hari itu kemarin ketika mereka bertanding, Jack memenangkan pertandingan. So he managed to beat him this time, only this time. Well, the next part about the negative. So the negative couldn't or could not. So we add not after the word, after the main, the modal verb could, so becomes couldn't or could not. And it is possible in all situations. For example, my grandfather couldn't swim. We look for David everywhere, but we couldn't find him. The last one, Ted played well, but he couldn't beat Jack. Right? Okay, another usage, penggunaan lain dari could. So we use could, not can, for actions which are not realistic. Untuk action atau situasi, aktivitas yang tidak realistis, ya kita akan menggunakan could. Selalu menggunakan could, bukan can. For example, I'm so tired, I could speak for a week. So, di sini dia menyatakan dia bisa tidur dalam waktu 1 minggu. Dan ini tidak mungkin dilakukan. Ya, karena menyatakan dia sangat capek, jadi dia menggambarkan bahwa dia bisa tidur selama 1 minggu. Okay, now we compare can and could. The first one, for the realistic situation, I can stay with Nina when I go to New York. This one is this sentence is very realistic. Saya bisa menginap, saya bisa tinggal dengan Nina ketika saya pergi ke New York, karena Nina ada di sana. The second example, maybe I could stay with Nina when I go to New York. Yeah, for this statement, for this sentence, it is possible, but leisure. Ya, misalkan dia memang berencana ke New York dan memang berencana tinggal dengan Nina, tapi belum mengabari Nina, jadi dia belum tahu apakah dia bisa menginap bersama Nina atau tidak. Dan the last one, this is a wonderful place, I could stay here forever. Now for this sentence, this one is unrealistic. This is an unrealistic situation. Situasinya memang tidak realistik karena dia hanya berkunjung. Ya, bukan untuk tinggal di sana, apalagi selamanya. Okay. Selanjutnya, the next one is about the past tense of could. So we use could have plus the past participle to talk about the past. Yeah, we compare. I'm so tired, I could sleep for a week. This is for present situation. And then I can say I was so tired, I could have slept for a week. I could have slept. Yeah, plus the past participle verb if you want to talk about the past. The next example, the situation is bad, but it could be worse. This is for present situation. And then the situation was bad, but it could have been worse. This is one for the past situation. Remember, jadi harus menggunakan could, kemudian diikuti have, dan kata kerja bentuk ketiganya atau past participle verb. So something could have happened, meaning that it was possible, but did not happen. Yeah, okay. For example, why did you stay at a hotel when you were in New York? You could have stayed with Nina. The next one, I didn't know that you wanted to go to the concert. I could have gotten you a free ticket. And then the next one, Dave was lucky. He could have hurt himself when he fell, but he's okay. Inilah penggunaan untuk have happened, yang artinya sesuatu yang mungkin tetapi tidak terjadi. The next point, we use couldn't to say that something would not be possible now. For example, I couldn't live in a big city. Untuk saat ini saya tidak bisa tinggal di kota besar. The next one, everything is fine right now, things couldn't be better. Ya, segala sesuatu berjalan dengan sangat baik, ya, dan ini sudah yang terbaik yang bisa terjadi saat ini. Now for the past, we use couldn't have. For example, we had a really good vacation. It couldn't have been better. And then the last example, the trip was canceled last week. Paul couldn't have gone anyway because he was sick. All right, so we have discussed about can and could. Now let us move to may and might. I have one illustration here. For instance, you're looking for Ben. Nobody is sure where he is right now, but you get some suggestions. So you ask, where's Ben? And then one answer, he may be in his office. So he is perhaps in his office. And then another response to the question, he might be having lunch. So meaning that he perhaps is having lunch right now. Then another answer, ask Anne. She might know. So she perhaps knows about this. Okay, so we use may or might to say that something is possible. Di dalam bahasa Indonesia artinya mungkin. Ya, so usually you can use may or might, so you can say it may be true or it might be true. Artinya sama, jadi bisa menggunakan may dan juga bisa menggunakan might. She might know or she may know. Di sini juga artinya sama ya, bisa menggunakan might or may. The negative forms are may not and might not. For example, it may not be true, or and then she might not work here anymore. We add not after the modal verb. Untuk negatifnya selalu pasti menambahkan not setelah kata modalnya, yaitu may not dan juga might not. So study the structure. We have the subject first, I, you, he, she, they, we, and then it will be followed by the modal verb, may, might, and then we add not if it is the negative sentence, and then will be followed by be, adjective plus adjective noun or adverb, or be plus the verb ing for the continuous situation, and then or it is followed by the base form of the verbs, do, know, work, want, etc. Well, we use may and might to talk about possible actions or happenings in the future. For examples, I haven't decided yet where to go on vacation. I may go to Hawaii. Jika saya belum memutuskan, saya mungkin akan pergi ke Hawaii. The next one, take an umbrella with you. It might rain later. Jangan lupa membawa payung karena mungkin sebentar lagi akan hujan. Nanti akan hujan. The last one, the bus isn't always on time. We might have to wait a few minutes. Ya karena busnya belum datang, jadi tidak sesuai jadwal, dan kita mungkin harus menunggu beberapa saat lagi. Jadi berbicara tentang some happenings or possible action in the future. Kita bisa menggunakan may dan might. Yeah, the negative forms are may not and might not. Yeah, Joy may not go out tonight. She isn't feeling well. There might not be enough time to discuss everything at the meeting. Now we compare will and may or might. For example, I will be late this evening. So this statement, this sentence, talking about assure, yeah, for sure, the activity that will be happened. So saya akan terlambat. Artinya dia sudah memprediksi bahwa kegiatannya mungkin akan selesai lebih lama dan dia akan sampai terlambat daripada yang sudah dijanjikan. And then the second example, I may or might be late this evening. So this statement talking about the possibility, yeah, the possible action that might be happened. Belum pasti, jadi mungkin saja terlambat kalau macet atau kalau pekerjaannya selesai lebih lama. Tapi jika selesai tepat waktu dan tidak ada halangan di jalan, dia pasti akan datang tepat waktu. Yeah, usually you can use may or might interchangeably. Yeah, I may go to Japan or I might go to Japan. Lisa might be able to help you or Lisa may be able to help you. But, okay, please remember this one. We only use might when the situation is not real. Ya, jika situasinya itu tidak seperti yang sebenarnya, Kita hanya bisa menggunakan kata might. For example, if I were in Tom's position, I think I might look for another job. May is not possible in this example. Ya, karena saya bukan Tom. Tetapi saya berpikir jika saya di posisinya Tom, jika saya menjadi Tom, ya saya akan mencari pekerjaan yang lain. Saya mungkin akan mencari pekerjaan lain. For the past, we use may have done or might have done. For example, I wonder why Kate didn't answer the phone. The answer is, oh, she may have been asleep. The next example, I can't find my bag anywhere. You might have left it in the store. I was surprised that Sarah wasn't at the meeting yesterday. Oh, she might not have known about it. And then I wonder why David was in such a bad mood yesterday. He may not have been feeling well. So, kita berbicara tentang past time, situasi-situasi, kegiatan yang sudah terjadi. Jadi kita tambahkan have, dan juga diikuti kata kerja bentuk ketiganya. Done, been, left, known. Ya. Dan ada beberapa ya contoh yang sudah kita lihat bersama. So the formulation after the subject, we add may or might, and then not have or have, and then followed by been, and then followed by the noun or the adjective or the adverb, and then we have another been here, followed by verb ing, or the past participle verbs. Kata kerja dalam bentuk ketiganya. And then there is also a continuous form. Ada bentuk continuousnya. May, might, plus be, ing. Ya, be and then verb ing. Kita akan membandingkan will be plus verb ing and may or might be plus verb ing. For example, don't call me at 8:30. I'll be watching the baseball game on TV. Jangan menelpon saya di jam 8:30, saya akan sedang. Jadi dia menyatakan tentang kegiatan yang pasti akan dilakukan. Sedangkan we compare it with don't call me at 8:30, I might be watching or I may be watching the baseball game on TV. So ini menyatakan the possibility, mungkin saja saya akan menonton. Tapi ya belum pasti juga. Tetapi jangan menelpon saya. Okay, we also use may or might be plus verb ing for possible plans. Ya, ini untuk rencana yang mungkin dilakukan atau tidak. Jadi tadi if we use will or be going to, this one is for sure. And then if we use may or might, this one is just possible. I'm going to Hawaii in July. Yeah, I will go, of course. And then if I say I may be going, maybe I will go, or maybe I won't go. Okay, we have discussed about may and might. Now we will talk about should. Modal verb should. Setelah kita membahas tentang can, could, may, and might, selanjutnya adalah should. So you should do something, meaning it is a good thing to do or the right thing to do. You can use should to give advice or to give an opinion. Penggunaan should ini adalah untuk memberikan saran atau pendapat. Contohnya, you look tired, you should go to bed. Kamu terlihat lelah, sebaiknya kamu tidur. The next, the government should do more to reduce crime. Jadi harus melakukan lebih banyak hal untuk meminimalisir kejahatan. And then, should we invite Susan to the party? Yes, I think we should. Ya, ini berkaitan dengan opini, pendapat, kita undang, si Susan diundang atau tidak, dan juga jawabannya ialah ya, sebaiknya diundang saja. And then we often use should with I think, I don't think, or do you think? Yeah, for example, here I think the government should do more to reduce crime. We add I think, and then or I don't think. I don't think you should work so hard. Or for question, do you think I should apply for this job? Yes, I think you should. Ya, tadi untuk should do, now we will talk about you shouldn't do. So you shouldn't do something, meaning that it isn't a good thing to do. You shouldn't believe everything you read in the newspapers. For example, ya di sini contohnya kamu seharusnya tidak mempercayai segala sesuatu yang kamu baca di koran. And should is not as strong as must or have to. For example, you should apologize. Ya, it will be a good thing to do. Sebaiknya kamu minta maaf, ya, karena ini adalah baik untuk dilakukan. Tapi hanya sebagai saran. But if we use must, ya, you must apologize or you have to apologize, meaning that you have to do it. No alternative. Harus dilakukan. Alright. We also use should when something is not right or not what we expect. Oke. Untuk yang pertama, kita menggunakan should ini untuk sesuatu yang tidak benar dan bukan sesuatu yang kita harapkan. For example, I wonder where Liz is. She should be here by now. So she isn't here yet and this is not normal. Ya, si Liz ini orang yang tepat waktu, yang selalu datang sesuai jadwalnya, dan sekarang dia belum hadir. Jadi kita bertanya-tanya dia ada di mana. And then the price on this package is wrong. It should be 29,000 rupiah, not 59,000 rupiah. Harganya salah, ya seharusnya 29.000 bukan 59.000 karena lebih mahal ya. Kita tahu harganya biasanya 29.000. And then the last example, that man on the motorcycle should be wearing a helmet. Ya, harus menggunakan helm. We also use should to say that we expect something to happen. For example, she has been studying hard for the exam, so she should pass. So I expect her to pass. Karena dia sudah belajar dengan sangat keras dan saya berharap ya dia lulus, dan pastinya saya yakin dia lulus. The next one, there are plenty of hotels in this city. It shouldn't be hard to find a place to stay. So I don't expect it to be hard to find one place, one hotel. Karena sangat banyak hotel tempat penginapan di kota ini, jadi pasti akan mudah untuk menemukan tempat untuk menginap. Sekarang kita akan berbicara tentang past-nya, ya. So the past time. To talk about the past time, we also add have and then will be followed by the past participle. Sama seperti yang lain, setelah modal verbnya ada have dan diikuti dengan kata kerja bentuk ketiga. You should have done something, meaning you didn't do it, but it would have been the right thing to do. Ada pengertian yang pertama, untuk you should have done something, pada saat itu kalian tidak melakukannya, tetapi itu sebaiknya dilakukan. Adalah hal yang benar untuk dilakukan. For example, you missed a great party last night. You should have come. Why didn't you? Ya seharusnya kamu datang. Ya, so you didn't come, but it would have been good to come. The next one, I wonder why they're so late. They should have been here an hour ago. Seharusnya mereka sudah berada di sini 1 jam sebelumnya. Kenapa mereka sangat lambat? Ada pembahasan lain ketika kita menambahkan not, ya. You shouldn't have done something, so meaning you did it, but it was the wrong thing to do. Jadi ini ada makna yang terbalik, ya. Ketika mengatakan shouldn't have done, berarti kamu sudah melakukannya pada saat itu, tetapi sebenarnya itu hal yang salah untuk dilakukan. For example, I feel sick. I shouldn't have eaten so much. So, meaning that I ate too much at the time. I shouldn't do that. I should have eaten so much. And then the last example, she shouldn't have been listening to our conversation. It was private. Jadi seharusnya dia tidak mendengarkan percakapan kita karena ini bersifat pribadi. Now we compare should plus verb 1 and should have plus the past participle. For example, you look tired, you should go to bed now. This is about the present situation. And then we compare it with, you went to bed very late last night. You should have gone to bed earlier. Ya, jadi ini menyatakan untuk seharusnya kemarin kamu bisa tidur lebih cepat. Oke, baik. That's the explanation about should, modal verb should. Selanjutnya kita akan membahas tentang would. Ya, oke, so we use would apostrophe D or wouldn't when we imagine a situation or action. Ya, so we think of something that is not real. Sesuatu yang tidak sebenarnya seperti itu. Contohnya, for example, it will be nice to buy a new car, but we can't afford it. Ya, sepertinya bagus sih membeli mobil baru, tetapi kita tidak bisa membelinya. Ya, jadi ini hal yang tidak dilakukan, yang tidak terjadi. The next one, I'd love to live by the ocean. Ya, saya suka, saya ingin sekali tinggal di tepi laut. Tetapi ini tidak terjadi, tidak bisa saya lakukan saat ini. The next example, should I tell Chris what happened? No, I wouldn't say anything. So I wouldn't say anything in your situation. If I were you, I wouldn't say anything. Karena mungkin sesuatu yang tidak bisa dikatakan, jadi sebaiknya tidak. Okay. So to talk about the past, yeah, we use would have done, yeah, the modal verb would plus have plus the past participle verbs. Ya, seperti yang kemarin, seperti yang tadi sebelumnya, setelah modal verbnya kita tambahkan have dan juga kita tambahkan kata kerja bentuk ketiga. So when we imagine situations or actions in the past, so things that didn't happen. For example, they helped us a lot. I don't know what we would have done without their help. The next example, I didn't tell Sam what happened. He wouldn't have been pleased. So, ini berbicara tentang kegiatan yang tidak terjadi, yang tidak dilakukan pada saat itu. Let us compare would do and would have done. Would diikuti kata kerja dasar dan would have yang diikuti kata kerja past participle. For example, I would call Siska, but I don't have her number right now. We compare it with, I would have called Siska, but I didn't have her number. Yang pertama itu berbicara tentang waktu yang sekarang, ketika waktu berbicara, dan yang kedua itu membahas tentang masa yang sudah lewat, masa lampau. The next example, I'm not going to invite them to the party, they wouldn't come anyway. Berbicara tentang waktu yang saat ini, saya tidak akan mengundang karena mereka tidak akan datang ya. Okay, and then I didn't invite them to the party, they wouldn't have come anyway. Ya, ini berbicara tentang masa yang lalu ya, waktu itu saya memang tidak mengundang karena saya tahu mereka tidak akan datang. Right. Would erat kaitannya dengan will juga, jadi kita membandingkan will dan would. So will apostrophe double L, would apostrophe D. For example, I'll stay a little longer, I've got plenty of time. Ini berbicara tentang situasi yang sebenarnya, bahwa dia bisa saja lebih lama di tempat ini karena waktunya ada ya, dan dia bisa. Sedangkan untuk would, I'd stay a little longer, but I really have to go now. So I can't stay longer. Di sini hanya sebagai pengandaian ya, dia mau tinggal lebih lama sebenarnya, tetapi dia tidak punya banyak waktu dan akhirnya harus pergi sekarang. Okay, the next one, I'll call Siska. I've got her number. We compare it with I'd call Siska, but I don't have her number, so I cannot call her. Jika menggunakan will, ini berkaitan dengan situasi yang sebenarnya, dan jika menggunakan would, ini berkaitan dengan situasi yang tidak terjadi. So, sometimes would or wouldn't is the past of will and want. Seperti yang saya katakan, erat kaitannya karena would atau wouldn't dianggap sebagai bentuk lampau dari will atau will not want. Ya, so for the present, the sentence I'll call you on Sunday, and then for the past, we can say Tom said he'd call me on Sunday, and then Anne said I promise I won't be late, and then for the past, Anne promised that she wouldn't be late. The next example, Liz, darn, the car won't start. So for the past tense, Liz was annoyed because her car wouldn't start. Jadi inilah yang bisa kita bahas tentang would, dan yang juga kita lihat dengan membandingkannya dengan modal verb will. Okay, so the last part, the last modal verb is must. Kita akan membahas yang terakhir, yaitu must. So we use must to say that we feel sure something is true. For example, you have been traveling all day, you must be tired. Jadi kita yakin bahwa dia sangat capek karena sepanjang hari dia sudah melakukan perjalanan. The next one, Jim is a hard worker. Jim, you must be joking. He's very lazy. So, dalam situasi ini, dia sangat yakin bahwa Jim itu bukanlah seseorang yang sangat rajin bekerja, tetapi seorang pemalas. Okay, and then the last example, I'm sure Sally gave me her phone number. I must have it somewhere. Ya, dia yakin karena pernah diberikan nomornya Sally, jadi dia pasti simpan, tetapi mungkin belum ketemu saat ini. For the negative, we use must not. Ya, we add not after the modal verb must to say that we feel sure something is not true. Jadi ini berbicara tentang kebalikannya, ya, bahwa kita tidak yakin bahwa sesuatu itu benar adanya. For example, their car isn't outside their house. They must not be home. Ya, kita yakin banget karena kalau misalnya di rumah, mobilnya pasti ada di depan. Sedangkan saat ini tidak ada mobil, dan itu menandakan bahwa mereka sedang tidak berada di rumah. The next example, Brian said he will be here by 9:30. So it's 10 now, and he's never late. He must not be coming. Karena dia selalu tepat waktu, si Brian. Jadi ketika dia sudah terlambat 30 menit, berarti dia tidak akan hadir. The last one, they haven't lived here very long. They must not know many people. Jadi dia yakin karena mereka baru di sini, jadi mereka belum tahu dan belum kenal dengan banyak orang yang ada di sini. And then for the past, we use must plus have plus past participle verb, or must not plus have plus the past participle verb. Sama seperti yang sebelum-sebelumnya, setelah modal verbnya kita tambahkan kata have, the word have, dan juga harus diikuti kata kerja bentuk ketiga. For example, we used to live close to the freeway. Did you? It must have been noisy. Ya, jadi dulu tinggal dekat jalan, dan tanggapannya adalah, wah, pasti sangat berisik. There's nobody at home. They must have gone out. Ya, pasti sudah keluar, ya, pada saat itu mereka sedang di luar. And then I've lost one of my gloves. I must have dropped it somewhere. Diikuti kata kerja bentuk ketiganya drop di sini. And then she walked past me without speaking. She must not have seen me. Ya, setelah not have, kemudian kita tambahkan kata kerja bentuk ketiga, yaitu seen. Alright, so we have the structure. I want to conclude with this structure. So study this structure. Untuk must, bentuk present, to talk about the present time. Of the subject, you add must or must not. Yeah, and then will be followed by be, followed by the noun, adjective, or adverb. And then be, after must not, will be followed by be, and then will be followed by verb ing for the continuous form. Doing, coming, joking, and then also we add the base form of the verbs. Kata kerja bentuk pertama, do, get, know, have setelah must or must not ya, untuk yang present. And then for the to talk about the past, we add have, and then will be followed by the verb tree or the past participle verbs. We have subject, must or must not, and then have, been plus noun, adjective, or adverb, been plus the ing form of the verb, and then past participle verbs, gone, dropped, seen, etc. All right, so this time we have talked about modal verbs in English. Kita sudah selesai membahas tentang modal verbs. Kita membahas tentang can, could, may, might, should, would, must, dan juga kita sudah membandingkan penggunaan mereka di dalam kalimat, melihat present, to talk about the present, kita juga melihat to talk about the past. Yeah, so I think that's all for today. Terima kasih. Thank you very much for your attention. I will see you in the next lesson. Thank you.